Hey guys, Tilly here. I'm just making a quick video to make sure that everybody knows how to open their case correctly so that we can avoid having any kind of damage this year. I know that we're spending a lot of time taking our instruments home and back, and just wanted to go over some basics. So for violins and violas, you're going to get your case, and whenever you go to open it up, you want to make sure that the side that has a pocket, if you have a pocket, this one doesn't, it fell off, is going to go up towards the ceiling, okay? If you have a plastic case, the rounded part is going to be facing up, and you want the handle to be facing you, okay? So facing towards your belly button. So you're going to unzip it, and that's where you'll find your instrument, okay? So you're gonna take out, you've got like a little seat belt here that keeps your instrument in place, okay? You'll probably also have a shoulder rest. Some of the shoulder rests fit inside the case. Some of them have an extra pouch that's connected to the outside of your case. Everyone is a little bit different. The important thing about the shoulder rest is, though, is after you've played and you have your shoulder rest on, you want to make sure that you take it off before you put it back in the case. Because if you leave that shoulder rest on while you're and you close the lid on your violin or your viola, there's going to be a lot of pressure on the bridge, and that can smash your instrument, can cause some damage, so we don't want to do that. I'm going to take a minute here and just show you real quick how to put your shoulder rest on. So the shoulder rest, let me get this case out of the way. The shoulder rest goes on the back, on the widest part of your instrument. By the way, if you're a cello player, hang tight. I'm going to get to you guys too, okay? Your shoulder rest clips on the wide part of it, goes on the same side as your chin rest, and you just kind of hold the feet on one side and bring the other feet around and slide it to the widest part, and it should be nice and snug so that it won't fall off, and you can hold it under your chin like this. I'm going to fit you for the correct shoulder rest in class. Everybody's a little bit different, so yours might look a little different from this, and that's okay. Alright, so we're going to take this shoulder rest off. We just kind of slide it to put our instrument back where it goes. And I want to show you the bow. Let's see if I can get here a little bit closer. There we go. So the bow, technical difficulties. The bow has this little thing called a bow spinner. It holds the bow inside the case. It is vertical whenever the bow is being stored, and to get your bow out, you just turn it horizontally and take the tip of the bow out of its little pocket here, okay? Whenever you go to play, you're going to go righty-tighty, and you're going to tighten until it's about a pinky width of distance between the stick and the hair in the middle of your bow, okay? So after you've played, you want to make sure that you loosen your bow. That's probably one of the most important instrument care rules. Warped bows are one of the most common things that people have to pay for because they're just constantly leaving their bow tight. Your bow is like a rubber band. If you keep it stretched tight all the time, it's going to wear out, and then it won't have any elasticity to it, and it won't play right. So we always want to make sure we're going lefty-loosey when we're done playing. Your bow hair doesn't have to be like super floppy or anything. It shouldn't be hanging off of your bow or anything like that. It just needs to not have any tension on it, just like this. So when you go to put it away, you're going to put the tip in the pocket, and near the frog is where we put the bow spinner in. You always want to make sure that you are zipping your case up when you're done. Don't just rely on the little Velcro piece on the outside. It doesn't always hold very well, and your instrument can come flying into the floor. So that's it. Okay, enough for viola and violin. I want to talk about the cello. So if you bring your cello home, chances are it's going to come in a bag that looks like this, and it's just like a jacket for your cello. It's not very protective, so we always have to be careful with how we handle it. I suggest that you hug your cello. You bring your hand around and you grab onto the handle like this, and that's how you carry it, so that everything is nice and protected and it's not swinging around ready to knock into a door frame or wherever you're walking. Okay, so just like this if you can. And if you can't, if your arm's not long enough to get there, that's totally fine. People have that issue sometimes. Have one hand here and the other hand here, so you can hug it nice and tight. Okay? When you get home and it's time to practice, the first thing you want to do is take this bow out. All right? We're going to remove the bow first, because once we take the instrument out, we're going to have this floppy case that's going to not have any structure to it. And if the case folds over on the bow, it could snap. Okay, so we always take the bow out first, and you can set it aside. And then you want to unzip. Each case is just a little bit different. And your cello will come out like that. Okay? Whenever you're practicing, you want to try to find a place where your end pin isn't going to be sliding around all over the place. A lot of time carpet works just fine. If you have only hardwood floors in your house, just let me know. Maybe I can give you something to keep it from sliding around. All right, and whenever it's time for you to pack up again, putting the case back on, I always start with the scroll. You put the scroll in first, maybe zip it up just a little bit to hold it. Okay, and then you're going to bring the rest of the case around the instrument. This one has a zipper on the front that goes right over the fingerboard. It's a little bit different from a lot of the other ones that I have. A lot of the other ones have zippers on the side. But just take your time, don't get in a hurry, and you'll be just fine with it. Takes a little bit of practice. Sometimes it can be a little tricky, but I'm sure you'll get it. Most cases have a little hole in the bottom for your end pin, okay? So kind of take some care there that the end pin's actually coming through the hole. Some end pins don't have a little rubber piece like this. It can be sharp, and if you get it caught on the case, it's gonna rip it, which I guess is not the end of the world, but we wanna try to keep our things nice. So that's it, and then you put your bow back in. We wanna make sure that we've loosened it, just like the violin and the viola. We got a little bow pocket on the end. This is not the right size bow, that's why we're sticking out there. And that's it, we're ready to go. Let me know if you have any questions, and can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye.